I decided since it was raining it'd be a perfect time to talk about my sadness. Here's my Q50. You guys know this car is the star of the show. Right now it's a shit show. I'm not gonna lie, man. Shit's been real bad over here at the Double R shop, not being able to post videos because all my shit's broken. But we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna let you guys know basically what's been going on with this car over the past, well, 2 months? Yeah, 2 months. It's been a lot. So sit down in your seats and get ready because we're gonna go over the Q50. This is how much of a show it is. It's raining, windows are open, battery's dead. This is the beautiful VQ37 boosted VHR from a Stillen supercharger. It's a V3 SI. The struts are bad on the car, man. V3 SI centrifugal blower, and I don't care what anyone says, I love boosted VQs because I have 2 of them and they both make me go. So for those of you guys who have been watching my channel forever, I've had this build for over the past year and we recently just got off the dyno pushing a little over 550 horsepower, which honestly for some people is like, oh wow, that's cool. No. Now listen, I'ma hold my breath because the only things that we do have on here is an anti-slip kit and an anti-slip tensioner on the front of the engine from a Subaru Impreza. I swear to God. Shout out to my friends in Taiwan. I'll put their links in the description below. They're building so many custom parts to make the supercharger kit efficient. I run them. I totally recommend them. I've kind of been like a guinea pig with them. So shout out to my friends on Instagram. I'll put their links up and stuff. This isn't my issue, okay? We want to take more power out of this car. We've been having coolant issues. We've been having axle issues. We've been having differential issues. So let's just break it down piece by piece and let's just go over everything that's making me upset. And let's just fill you guys in on the supercharged Double R Q50. And probably the most obvious issue. There's just absolutely no differential in my car. Yeah, that's the only reason why I haven't been taken out. First things first, let's just talk about the differential. You guys know that my differential broke 6 months ago? 6 months ago. I've just been riding around with OEM diff since. Now, open diffs are no fun, so I haven't been doing no racing. I've been showing up to meets, but that's really about it. As far as working on the car, I've just been really trying to make the thing efficient and dial in all the issues on OEM pulleys without trying to rush anything and break this engine with power. We'll get there. The differential blowing up wasn't a huge issue, especially since Z1's been so kind and courteous to me. I don't even know where to start with how much I want to thank them. They've been really supportive throughout this whole entire process. I've probably done every single thing against the requirements for me getting my diff warranted, and they still helped me out. I don't know who I have to thank, but whoever's watching this video, if you could please send the message out that I am more than appreciative, and if there's anything that I can do to show my appreciation, I'll do it. They're helping me out with my diff. We're just gonna wait until that thing comes back and then throw it back up in the car and hopefully we have no issues because I honestly don't know what happened. So we're gonna go ahead and figure that out. As far as the drive shaft issue that I thought I had, just sorry Martin for accusing you, but my differential literally fell out of the bushing. It fell out of the bushing. We sent out the diff. It's not our issue no more. We built a little pretty box. We sent it out to Z1, and that's literally the only reason why we're pushing this thing around and not starting it. It's because it can't drive. As far as our belt slip issue, we've completely figured that out. So we've had 0 belt slip on the dyno ever since the last time we went, and we've only probably driven 80 miles ever since we've had the so-called drive shaft issue. We've come to a conclusion that with the belt tension setup that we have right now, we're solid. We're pushing about 12.5 pounds of boost, which is pretty good for the OEM setup. It's actually really consistent and exactly what you want. That's your target boost pressure if you guys are going for a daily driven supercharged Q50. Anywhere from 9 to 12.5 pounds is going to be really healthy on the motor. Now my goal is 16, and we're going to try and do that with the OEM SI centrifugal blower because there's not really another option for me at the moment. I want to make this as efficient as possible, and I know that most of the people who are going to be having this kit is going to be having the OEM blower to begin with. So we're going to see what we can do. Now to the part where the boost meets with the engine. We've had some real bad coolant issues the past 8 months. 8 months, just about 8 months. I've done everything I could. I've replaced the thermostat. I took the whole timing cover off and replaced the water pump. I've replaced coolant caps. I've replaced radiator hoses. I've replaced radiators. I've replaced overflows. The only thing that I haven't touched is the head gasket, which, like, you know, God forbid, but honestly at this point I don't really know how else air is getting into the system. I've bled this car for a total of probably 12 to 15 hours. Air just gets into the system no matter what. You could drive it around with no issue. It doesn't really like to overheat until it pushes too much coolant out of the system, and then that's really it. The overflow just can't handle it, and it just ends up going everywhere. And if you watch the dyno video, you guys will see that happening. Now, I know a lot of you guys are asking, what do you do with a head gasket issue? Do you just like replace the head gasket, which is an insane job? One, I wouldn't let too many people put their hands on this engine, and the only people that I would allow to put their hands on this engine, they're very expensive, and I completely understand why. It's totally justifiable. It's just you know, I need money for other stuff. So as far as scrapping the motor, that always breaks my heart. As far as a DE goes, I'll scrap a DE any day, but a VHR 3.7, those are really valuable, especially if it's not rod knocked, which hopefully we won't get to that point. We gotta get this engine out of the car now, throw another OEM VQ37. I don't really care which kind it is. I don't care if it's from a Q50 motor or from an old G37 or whatever. But get one in here, get it running, so that way we can make videos for you guys. And maybe we can go ahead and build this motor the correct way with head studs. We don't need main studs, we don't need upgraded rods, we don't need cams. If we just go ahead and do some regular head studs and just keep it the way it is, just, again, efficiency is the goal. So I want this kit to be as accessible to anyone who watches this video, to the widest variety, and still make enough power, unlike those $10,000 Soho kits. So let's go ahead and let's try and stay positive with this Q50 build. It's gonna take more than about a month, I'm guessing, for them to fully build the diff. I mean, it's still probably being sent out to them. So for them to get the diff, fully rebuild it, and go ahead and send me out the new R190 LSD from Z1 and throw it back in here, and we'll try and see if we can bleed the coolant one more time. I have like a very small sense of false hope, but yeah, I think this engine's gonna have to go. So that's not the end of the Q50, but it's definitely a crutch. So that's my update. I'm sorry if it wasn't exactly what you guys wanted to hear. I'm sorry that the Q50 keeps on going down. What I do have to say is, as far as the kit goes, supercharger, intercooler, piping, intake manifold, fuel system, that's all been really good. I've had no issues with the engine as far as head lift. I appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said, Double R merch is on the site, everything except for the shirt. Double R merch is on the site, and yeah, thank you guys so much, man. It really means a lot that you guys watch my videos. It really means a lot that you guys ask for the Q50 a lot. It really doesn't stress me out. It just really gets me motivated to make more videos for y'all. So like, comment below, subscribe. I appreciate you guys for watching. My name is Double R and I'm out. Peace.